Hello, Nancy here, and this week's video topic is actually about customer service. And I wanted to share this with you, whether you have an online business, whether you're a professional, whether you help people, you have product, service, whatever it is. If you have a business, you have to have customer service in some way, shape, or form. And so this has really been on my heart this week. Had a really trying week last week, and the glaring theme across the board was customer service. So I want to get on here and give you guys a couple different examples of some situations that I experienced last week and kind of some key takeaways and tips that you can kind of implement in your own businesses. All right, so let's dive right in. So the first part of customer service I want to talk about is the importance of making the journey for your clients as smooth as possible. Okay. And this particular situation that I had last week had to do with different banks. Okay. So I actually had to close two different bank accounts. And what it did is it required me to go to each bank pretty much like back to back. So I got kind of a great experience of being able to compare kind of one thing to another back to back, right away. And so for the first experience, I called PNC, which was one of the bank accounts. And I said, hey, can I pop in for a quick meeting? Wanted to close one of the accounts. The woman on the phone welcomed me in, said, absolutely, come right in. I had an appointment at 12, but you can come in. We should be able to take care of you before that. So I get there. She treats me incredibly amazing, super personable, it tells me exactly what she's doing. She kind of just guides me along in this process and says, first we're going to do this. Now we're going to do that. And here's what we're going to do next. And could not be more helpful. Okay. So having a clear, smooth journey and a smooth process and making it, very simple for me was super, super appreciated. So then I go to the next bank. I actually called, and it was Bank of America, and could not get a person. Okay. There was no physical person. It was all automated. And so I'm like, I hope I can stop in. And I ended up pulling up to one of the branches. I came in, waited in line. Finally, when I got to the teller said, okay, you're going to have to go over here. So I waited again a little bit longer. Finally, a woman came out. She started, walking me through the process. And then she said, well, you got to get back in line because then you got to do this and then you got to come back here. And it was just a very choppy process. And it wasn't very, it just wasn't a great experience, right? It didn't have me leaving thinking, oh, this was so wonderful. It just was back and forth. It was not streamlined. So the whole point again there, and the first tip is if you can make the customer or the client journey from them hiring you to them working with you, if they have an issue, anything like that, if you can make it as smooth as possible, that's awesome. Okay. The next little situation has to do with listening. Okay. So it's important to listen to your clients. Okay. And so this particular situation was with 1-800-JUNK. Okay. So I actually called them. They were removing a lot of stuff that I had in my basement, getting ready to sell my house. So I just wanted them to totally clear everything out. Now, I specifically told them not to throw out this one tote. I said, do not throw this out. Very important. And I told them all, I said, do not throw this out. And I put it on top of the washer. I go run some errands. I come back and they had moved that tote into where the rest of the junk was going to be thrown away. And I said, no, don't throw out this tote. And I reiterated the fact, please do not throw this thing out. And I walked it upstairs and I set it aside. I leave again, and I obviously let them know, please do not throw this tote out. I leave and then I come back, and right as I pull in the driveway, they're literally throwing that entire tote, dumping it out into the truck, into all the, junk in the truck. And I'm like, what is going on? And I was like, I cannot. I told the guy, I'm like, I can't wrap my mind around this right now. Why do you want to throw this tote out so bad? So anyway, customer service tip number 2, make sure to listen to your clients. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. If they're voicing concerns, if they need something, if they're giving feedback, listen. It really goes a long way. The third one that I'm going to tell you is, make the experience personalized and special. Okay. And, I can't tell you how important this is, whether you're dealing with people on social media, or, you're on Zoom calls or things like that, you can still personalize the experience and get to know your clients. In fact, that's one of the most important things, right? Even before people work with you usually. But in my particular experience, I actually had a couple doctor's visits, and my one visit was awful. The doctor, or was a nurse practitioner, was so mean and so nasty. And it was just like so confusing because I'm like, hey, I have this thing going on and, want this checked out. And she was just like yelling at me the whole time. And so I had another doctor's visit. In fact, that was today, this morning, and it was wonderful. The doctor was extremely friendly, kind, asked me questions, talked about family. I just left feeling like, wow, one, this person really cares. Two, yay. I mean, I have a new doctor. And three, it really made an impact and a difference on me. So I just wanted to share these 3 tips. Okay. And again, make sure to make it a smooth process, a smooth journey when you onboard clients. Second, make sure to listen, pay attention, right? Listen to what your clients are saying, and ask them, sometimes if you're not really sure what they want. And then the third is that personalized experience and sharing empathy and, being a personable person. We're not just transactions, everybody is important. Okay. So leaving you with that, again, that was my theme of this just past week. And I just really wanted to do a video on it because it's just been hitting so close to home on so many different, in so many different ways. So have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you soon.